in the headlines on New Year's Day of 2025. China's homegrown C919 passenger jet makes its maiden commercial trip to Hong Kong, the first destination outside the mainland. About 120,000 mainland tourists come to the city for various countdown activities on New Year's Eve, 40% less than last year. And Chief Executive John Lee vows to improve residents' livelihoods in the coming year. The New Year's Eve fireworks countdown event last night attracted 400,000 spectators from both sides of Victoria Harbour, with nearly 40% being tourists. However, throughout the day, it was observed that the number of mainland tourists arriving the city was approximately 120,000, a nearly 40% plunge compared to the 195,000 on the same day last year. Sarah Leung, chairwoman of the Federation of Hong Kong Trade Unions in Tourism, described this as expected, noting that New Year's Eve is not a long holiday and this year's event did not fall near a weekend. She added that with the resumption of the multiple entry visa policy, it is now more convenient for many mainland tourists to come to the city, who may choose to visit at a less crowded time. Meanwhile, tourists from other regions totaled over 36,000, logging a 17% year-on-year increase. Separately, special measures included extending checkpoint service hours and overnight MTR services were deployed to allow visiting mainlanders to return home at ease. From midnight to 6:30 a.m., approximately 25,000 mainland visitors departed via land crossings, with the most traffic at Lok Ma Chau. Secretary for Security Chris Tang stated that the special traffic arrangements for New Year's Eve were effective, as mainland tourists returning home after watching the fireworks experienced smooth and orderly border crossings in the early hours of New Year's Day. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
The first domestically built C919 aircraft has successfully completed its maiden commercial round trip between Shanghai and Hong Kong amid much fanfare. Flight MU721 of China Eastern Airlines, carrying 157 passengers, departed from Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport at around 8:20 a.m. A ceremonial water salute was held to send it off. The launch ceremony preceded the flight inside the terminal.
这次定期航班的开通，标志着 C919迈出了登上更大舞台的关键一步。
China Eastern Vice President Liu Tixiang said, "This new daily service establishes a vital link between Shanghai and Hong Kong, and will contribute to the synchronized development between the Yangtze River Delta and the Greater Bay Area." The jetliner landed in Hong Kong at 10:44 a.m. and was greeted with a warm welcoming ceremony. Mabel Chen, Secretary for Transport and Logistics, remarked that the C919's inaugural flights signified the new chapter for Hong Kong as an international aviation hub. Chen noted that Hong Kong is the first destination for the C919 outside the mainland, and expressed her optimism that this milestone in mainland civil aviation manufacturing could facilitate global expansion through Hong Kong. She added that the government would support this initiative by enhancing the aircraft leasing markets, maintenance services, and talent training for this model. The outbound flight departed for Shanghai around 1 p.m., attracting many aviation enthusiasts eager to experience the home-built jet firsthand.
I want to
try if C919 has bigger legroom or if it has different designs compared to other aircraft models, said this passenger. Despite concerns over global air incidents, many passengers voiced confidence in the C919's reliability.
I'm sure it's made very well, like everything Chinese, so I'm sure it'll be great.
The return flight brought 121 passengers back to Shanghai, all pleased with their smooth journey. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Chief Executive John Lee expressed optimism for the city's journey towards reforming and improving people's livelihoods in the coming year.
2024年係香港歷史性嘅一年。
In his New Year's message delivered via online video, Lee characterized 2024 as a pivotal year for Hong Kong, emphasizing the historical completion of Article 23 legislation and a robust economic revival. Looking ahead to 2025, Lee articulated two primary objectives. The first one is to pursue reform and change, reinforcing internal and external connectivity to align with the national development strategies. He believed that the commencement of the Hetao Cooperation Zone this year would be a milestone in establishing Hong Kong as an international innovation and technology hub. The city chief also outlined plans to improve living conditions by implementing measures such as increasing public housing, establishing more community living rooms, and abolishing the mandatory Provident Fund offsetting mechanism. Lee was confident that, through collective effort, the SAR will continue to shine as the pearl of the Orient.
As Hong Kongers embraced the start of a new year, 4 families in the city also welcomed new members to open a new chapter in their lives. The first baby to arrive at public hospitals in 2025 was a boy born at Prince of Wales Hospital at 12 a.m., weighing 3.375 kilograms. 5 minutes later, at 12 a.m., a boy was born at Princess Margaret Hospital, weighing 3.56 kilograms. He was an overdue baby and was originally expected 2 days before Christmas. His late arrival has certainly become a surprising New Year present for the first-time parents. Separately, 2 baby girls were born at Princess Margaret Hospital and the Prince of Wales Hospital near 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m. respectively.
Entering 2025, Hong Kongers need to dig deeper into their pockets for inflation on utility and food bills, transport fares, and home rents. Starting today, the city's 2 main electricity providers, CLP Power and HK Electric, are raising fares by approximately 0.98% and 0.9% respectively. This means about 70% of CLP customers can expect a monthly increase in their energy bills of no more than $5, while over 80% of HK Electric users may see an increase of up to $10. The company cited rising material costs and tight labor market for the hikes, adding the growth rates are the same as in 2023. Meanwhile, after greenlit by the government, Citybus will boost ticket prices by 7.5% on average, while New Lantau Bus and Kowloon Motor Bus will raise their fares by 6.5% and 4.3% respectively. The new fares will be effective from Sunday. The government estimated that around 80% of passengers will see an additional cost of no more than $0.50 per journey. For public housing, a previously announced rent increase of 10% will take effect this month, impacting tenants after a 3-month grace period. The average rent hike amounts to approximately $230 per month, with some tenants facing increases as high as $572. Moreover, starting today, hotel guests and air travelers will have to pay more under revised tax and fee arrangements to help swell the city's treasury. The airport authority has raised the security fee for departing passengers by $10 to $65. And a 3% hotel accommodation tax has been reintroduced after being waived since 2008. Fast foodies are not exempt from these changes, with one major brand raising individual items by between half to $1, averaging a 2% increase across its menu. Quentin Ya, Cable News.
A taxi driver was arrested and detained after allegedly causing a fatal traffic accident in Mong Kok in the small hours in which 3 men died. At about 1:44 a.m., a private car driven by a 30-year-old man was traveling along the third lane of West Kowloon Highway towards Western Harbour Crossing with 4 male passengers, aged 21 to 34 on board, while a taxi driven by a 65-year-old man with a 23-year-old male passenger and a 19-year-old female passenger on board was traveling along the second lane. While approaching the segment outside MTR Olympic Station, the taxi reportedly cut the lane and collided with the private car, causing the private car to lose control and ram into a curb, then crashed into a moving taxi and 3 stationary private cars. Sustaining serious multiple injuries, the private car driver was certified dead at scene. 2 of the private car passengers, aged 33 and 34, were rushed to Princess Margaret Hospital in unconscious state and was certified dead subsequently. A 21-year-old male private car passenger with back injuries was sent to Princess Margaret Hospital in unconscious state, while another 25-year-old male private car passenger with back injuries was sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital in conscious state. The 2 male and female taxi passengers with limb injuries were sent to Kwong Wah Hospital in conscious state. The taxi driver was arrested for dangerous driving causing death and is being detained for inquiries. Investigation by Kowloon West Special Investigation Team of Traffic is underway. Bess Leung, Cable News.
A hydrogen balloon explosion occurred at a shopping mall in Xinxiang, Henan province on New Year's Eve, causing minor injuries. The incident happened at the entrance of the mall in Yangshan New District. It was reported that some people brought festive hydrogen balloons into the mall, which led to an explosion and fire. Some individuals suffered from minor burns. Firefighters and police officers who were on duty at the scene promptly responded to the emergency and extinguished the fire. The cause of the explosion is currently under investigation.
As the clock struck midnight worldwide, communities erupted in joy, burying hatchets for the time being and welcoming 2025 with dazzling celebrations. From an extravagant fireworks show featuring iconic Burj Khalifa in Dubai, to the vibrant street parties in Mumbai, the world united in a spectacular display of hope and festivity. New Zealand's Auckland was the first major city to greet the new year. Thousands gathered to witness a breathtaking fireworks show launched from the iconic Sky Tower. The night sky lit up with vibrant colors as revelers counted down to midnight. Just 2 hours later, Sydney, Australia, followed suit with its largest fireworks celebration. Over 1 million spectators filled the waterfront, captivated by a mesmerizing display set against the backdrop of the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. As celebrations continued across Asia, Beijing showcased an electronic fireworks show that emphasized both festivity and environmental protection. As midnight approached in various parts of the world, London rang in the new year with a pyrotechnic display along the River Thames. However, with a storm bringing bitter weather to other parts of the country, festivities in Edinburgh, Scotland, were cancelled. Meanwhile, conflict halted in the war-torn regions of the Middle East. Hundreds gathered in Syrian capital city Damascus to sing, dance, and watch a fireworks display, looking forward to peace and a new beginning after the ousting of Bashar al-Assad. In Israel, where conflicts with Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon persist, citizens are longing for a peaceful start of 2025.
My hope for 2025 is that we will truly have peace, not just here in Israel, but in Russia and the Ukraine and all those other countries, in Syria, in Lebanon.
Quentin Yang, Cable News.